Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Strafe Gal. We're jumping right back into Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Randomizer. I asked for Cecil, and I got Cecil. Um, we are in a weird spot where we don't really have a good path. We've pretty much gotten the bulk of what's available, so we need to start digging for more obscure stuff. And at this point, I'm honestly leaning towards the moon. Like, it's not my best, or it's not my favorite choice, but I don't think it's a bad choice either. Diamond Ring could be okay. We're gonna go some Hourglass 1s just to be safe. Now, at this point, it would be really easy not to go to the moon and just to keep grinding through the easier bosses. But the other side to that is the moon has a lot of stuff all in one spot. Like, if we dive down and do those 3 bosses, that's 4 key items. I think that it's the highest per capita, and it's also going to get us a lot of experience, which reduces the chances of having to do substantial grinding. Now that we've actually gotten our Cecils, we've gotten some good... we've gotten some okay leveling. Like, we didn't do a lot of grinding, but we did enough to get going. We're going to check Silvera item shop real quick, because I'm pretty sure cabins have to be here. Okay. Let's see here. So we're gonna go check. I'm gonna check Bahamut Cave first. There's 4 item drops there. We can do a little grinding there, and if it's not that bad of a location, we're okay. It's not populated with as many items, but it's good XP. It's the easiest grind, and it's the place that we can actually pull some items. That looks like King and Queen of Eblan, which is a free fight. Let's go ahead and do that first. Make sure I'm or if I'm thinking about it right. It's either that or Odin. If it's Odin, it's not good. Okay, we're good. We just have to watch the scripted fight. It's free. Like, I'm slightly nervous because we haven't run into Kinazo or Rubicon yet. Or basically, we haven't fought the Fiends at all. Like, all of the Fiends. Ninja shirt. That is terrible. Oh, we got some XP. And we know it's not Bahamut. Or we know that spot's good. We're just going to use the sirens we've got, pretty much. Where are my hourglasses? Same strategy. You're going to see a lot of this strategy, honestly. Berserk Cecil. Specifically the one with the Excalibur. Wait. Excalibur's stupid. Again, you really see the scaling damage. Now, he's doing more than he would have normally because of Berserk, but the point remains. So these guys are 90,000 experience apiece. We're getting a couple levels per fight. Again, Tella's kind of worthless. I would have been okay with switching him out. I'm mostly doing this because it's going to make the upcoming boss fights we're doing a lot easier. The reason I switched Tella to the middle spot is because the character with the middle serves as an agility anchor. It determines agility in this game is all relative. So the person in the middle is the one who everybody else's agility ratings are based on. Want to make sure we get those lives off so we get the 90,000. Now, if we had 10 key items, we'd be getting twice that. My goal right now is I don't feel like we need to go the full distance just because we've got, well, first of all, we've got a really powerful party that still has a lot of potential to get more powerful if we find the right items, which honestly, we don't want to find the right items to be more powerful. We want to find the right items to beat the game. The general goal for fighting Zeromus is to have your primary healer, or all the characters you care about surviving, we'll go with that. All the characters you care about surviving, you want over 2,200 hit points. Tella's not a possibility of that. That's why Tella doesn't matter. Like, we're basically doing this as a 4-person party that happens to have Tella. He may be useful every once in a while if we happen to get something off. And he's serving as an agility anchor, as I said. His agility is abysmal, and so everybody else becomes faster relative to him. So, with that, we should be in much better shape now to actually take on the bosses of the moon. My general strategy is to save before we go in, to do the top boss. We'll dive in down to the bottom, and then we'll do the wyvern spot on the way back out. This is the first one first time I haven't felt the need to use multiple save files in quite a while. So right now we're just looking for the adamant to win. We're done once we find the adamant. Like I've been saying, we have a strategy. This is it. We're going to be doing a lot of berserking. We're going to be doing a lot of just hitting things in the face with Paladin Cecil. If we don't find the adamant, the best thing we could find is a crystal sword. The second best thing we could find is another Excalibur. I mean, it's pretty much where we're at right now. Is we're all on board for this Cecil train. So now we're gonna go all the way down to the save point that leads up to the hallway with all the lunar bosses. The lunar boss hallway has 3 bosses right next to it. And then there are 2 other, or one of them has 2 chests. So those 3 bosses give 4 treasures. Masamune that we just got is not one of the key items even, so again, not even counting towards our 10. We're probably not getting 10 key items, I hope. If we get 10 key items, it's going to be it means we're having to run around on the surface to follow leads with something like if we get the twin harp, we'd have to go do dark elf. If we do the tower key or the earth crystal, we may have to do one of those towers. It's not ideal. The nice thing is we're getting some more levels. So even if we don't find good stuff here, we're getting our levels. We're getting the levels we need to fight the last boss anyway. This should finish it off. From here, we're not doing any more leveling up. We're probably literally going to be fighting bosses and not getting levels after we clear this hallway. So we're going to do this first because it's 2 treasure chests. Ogopogo. Crap. This is going to be a bit rough. We'll just go ahead and do our plan. We just want physical attacks. A big wave is a percentage-based attack. It takes half of everybody's hit points. I think we're probably good now. Meh. I tried. There was a clear effort made to revive Tella. I really don't actually care if he survives at this point. He is so squishy. Stardust Rod and Artemis Bow. Yeah. And actually, I think we're going to do... Based on where we're at now, I think we're doing this. Where's Lunar? Seriously? So again, those are just regular, those are weapons, not actually key items, so not anything worthwhile. Switched over there to have basically switched Rosa over from a bow to a staff, since should be, at this point, she should not be hitting things. Like, she has things to do. This could be a bit rough. Okay, we're gonna go Bacchus Wine. How much does that hit for? That's not terrible. That's the problem right there. Let's see how much that does. So Sid's main purpose here is actually to, at this point, the fact that he has lots of hit points and means he can throw life potions. Like, it might seem like it makes sense for him to be it might make sense for him to be attacking also, and when we've got the healers queued up like that, it's not a terrible idea. But generally speaking, he doesn't do enough to, and Rubicon's actually a mage type enemy, so the rune axe will do double damage. So he's actually worth using in this fight. But generally speaking, like, his purpose is to hold the life potions in case Rosa goes down. It's kind of what Tella's job is right now too, except for he can do it with magic occasionally. Earth Crystal is unfortunate. So Earth Crystal is a little unfortunate to see because it opens up the Tower of Zot, which is another 2 key items? No, key item and 2 characters. But it's a long climb. You have to fight several bosses to do it. Can't remember how much magic this spot has, but he's only casting Lit 1, so he should be okay. The Hourglass stops all of those enemies, but it doesn't actually... doesn't work on the boss itself, but it does work on everything else, pretty much, so... I think we'll just keep wailing on him. He's weak to fire. That really says a lot about how crappy Tella is. Okay. Let's see what we got. That's the second blank text box I've seen. That's kind of weird. Hook. Looks like we got the hook. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna save, and then climb back up to the Wyvern spot. And then we're done with the moon. We don't ever have to come back. Okay, heading up to the Wyvern spot. It's kind of the longest slog to get there. By the way, the reason we don't open treasure chests in this area is because there are trap chests all over the place, and we have enough good gear at this point that it's not worth bothering. Kainazo. This is awful. That actually probably should have been... Crap. Should not have berserked there. Apparently he gets a wave off anyway. Come on. Give me like should we Sid or Cecil next? That's unfortunate. We're gonna get a counterattack. Nice. That's fine. We can take that. Hiding inside the shell is fine unless he gathers water, and then he's going to heal. K-Nozzle can be really scary. Apparently that spot's not great for him. Let's see what we got. Adamant? 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 Twin Heart. Okay, so we've got 2 side quests. We at least have something to follow, though. Because right now the only other options we have are either or basically half completing things. Okay, so because we have the pass, we don't have to go down through the subterranean to fight Zeromus. So we're actually done with the moon forever. We've fully cleared it. We've beaten all the bosses, unfortunately. We did find 2 things that could be the next step. I'm thinking let's do... They're both right here. So let's go over here. And I think we're just going to do... We're going to do this first, and we'll just do we'll do Earth Crystal after. Cape Magnus is pretty short and sweet. I mean, relatively. None of these dungeons are really short and sweet. That's part of the problem. And this has a whole scripted section in the middle. But so does the other one. I'm also kind of tempted. I'm curious what kind of effect grabbing a different character would have, depending on who shows up in the tower. Because I think Tower of Assad is 2 characters, which is... Like, at this point, do I want somebody to replace my Tella? Like, if I got an Edge, that would... Like, I've got equipment for an Edge. I'm pretty sure. Or close enough. I've got the offensive equipment for an Edge. You know what? I'm not going to bother. There's, like, one fight that could be even somewhat problematic at this point. I say that, and it's going to be something I didn't think about, but, I mean, genuinely, there's not a ton there. This is one of the things that's customized. They imported a ton of random MIDI-fied versions of this for harp. Of various songs. Odin. Odin's a race, so we just go as fast as we can. If he gets up to his Zantatsken, we lose. But it's a low HP spot. This is why I didn't save. Like, the only thing that would be really annoying would be Plague, but we'd still do the exact same thing we just did. Oh, don't forget the item. things just got dumb. Hmm. Whatever. Not what we wanted, but if we had to pull something, it's a decent one. I'll take it. It's basically the it's not what I asked for, but if I had to have something that wasn't that, that's what I wanted. That's not what I wanted either. At this point, none of the other bosses should be really hard. That's big. I mean, the Odin spot behind Baron Castle is a little rough, but given our levels, like we're ready to fight. We beat all the lunar bosses. We're ready to fight the last boss. Let's see if I can actually remember my way through this stupid tower for once. Feel like that's the wrong way. I'm pretty sure it's actually this way. First boss. Flygon? Yeah. So the stupid is just got stupider. Um, Double Excalibur Cecil's pretty solid, generally speaking. Hey, it's a Fusoya. He's like Tella, but not crappy. Or at least not completely crappy. He's still not great, but he's way better than Tella. Let's see who else we get. Because we don't actually necessarily need another caster for him? I think we'll go with Fusoya. Stardust. Wizard. Black. Sorcerer. Wow, that guy took 2 hits. Technically, you could life glitch those guys, but it's extra animations, and the XP is not worth it at this point. Sand Ruby. We can technically go get another Rosa instead, but Fusoya starts at level 50. That's kind of a big incentive to actually use him at this point. Where do I go? Okay, we don't have the Baron Key. We don't have the Rat Tail. I guess we can do Dwarf Castle. We can do Sylph Cave, but we get 1 freebie, and then we'd have to dive back down if it's not right, if we get the pan. This is a really annoying spot, too. For multiple reasons, one of which is the NPC movement. It's probably what? Plague or Pale Dim? And the second fight could be Golbez, Valvalis, the 4 elements, or the other moon boss. If this is Sealed Cave, I'm gonna scream. Actually, we're just gonna race him. I think. We'll see how it goes, but I'm pretty confident that we can... Yeah. Oh, Calbranadal's slightly out of place. Okay, this is... Second Rosa. No. I think we're good. I like this party. The downside is we're not going to get more HP on Fusoya. See if we get this off in the right order. Nope. May still be okay. Yep, we're still good. 1 shot. Yet another thing. Baron Key. Let's pop in here real quick because I'm trying to remember what all it was. Starveil Illusion, we're good. If it was Silk Webs, I was going to grab another couple. I'm not for sure Fusoya is technically the best character, But given that we're not grinding anymore, it seems like a better option than Rosa. If we hadn't done our grind yet and we gotten a Rosa, I totally would have taken her over Fusoya. And the reason for that is pretty much this party is not about using offensive magic. Like, the black magic doesn't matter. What matters is his HP total is lower than hers, and the MP total he has is way lower than hers. He only ever gets 190 MP. So, technically, Rosa is better. But only when she's above level 50 like he is. Pale Dim? Just give me a sad Pale Dim. We'll go get the Odin spot while we're here, rather than making 2 trips. I'm not super worried about getting stuff at this point, but I figure there's Rosa's or Fusoya's armor is not great, and we've still got 2 Cecils with really crappy armor. Yeah, like that. That would be great. Let's see, what do we got left? Octomom. This could actually be kind of scary normally. If we weren't this far, it would be scary. He is hitting pretty hard, like, all things considered. Every 3 hits, he loses tentacles, which also makes him slower. I need to change Rosa's spell list around. I'm wasting time every time I go to her menu. Because at this point we're using Cure 4 because of how many hit points everybody has. Pink Tail. Not going to matter unless we get a Rat Tail also. Chance for a Crystal Sword. I'm gonna real quick just do a little organization. Because I'm keeping some of the more expensive items in case I end up finding that shop with silk webs randomly. Or if I need to get more items of some sort. I don't know. It's habit. You keep the, or you get rid of the cheap stuff. We've got space in our inventory now, so it shouldn't be an issue, and I'm not planning on looting much. That Dragoon armor was really the main thing I needed. That makes that one, or that Cecil in the front line actually be able to take a few hits. It doesn't matter against Zeromus. Who do we got left? Oh, D-Lunars. Crap. These guys shouldn't hit very hard given where we're at. The locations, yeah, we're good. I always forget about D-Lunars. And we're good. That's why Berserk's scary. I'm gonna make sure that the back. I don't remember if the back row Cecil has equipment, and the black belt is one of the best armors in the game. If I'd gotten that edge way earlier, would have been worth it. Could have been good for instead of Fusoya in this party or Sid, actually. Edge hits a lot harder than Sid. But he's only level 25. We're level 50 something. We're not grinding again. We'll be fine. We've got double Paladin Cecil with double Excalibur. We're good. There's the adamant. So technically, we didn't actually have to go to the Moondall. It was Dwarf Castle. Saving there was dumb. I just realized. Okay, so I'm not super worried about Zeromus at this point. Like, he's probably going to kill Fusoya. Whatever. That's the extent of my concern. He might kill Fusoya. We're going to do a real quick agility check. I'm pretty sure Fusoya is the lowest. Yeah. Don't forget to pick up your crystal. Oops. I hate this spot. When I said we were going straight to Zeromus after we got the adamant, I meant it. We already did our grind. We're good on equipment. Like, I'm gonna cabin because I'm not quite at 100%. And we're gonna dive right in. I am gonna, real quick before we save, do this. Sure. Oh, and there. The one spell that matters in black magic. Nuke. Yes, we have a pass. Have fun. Okay. So this is probably going to be very familiar based on what we've been doing this entire game. I don't really want... Oh, I totally didn't equip the black belt. Whatever. It's fine. See who the boss is? This is another random thing they added in. They randomized the sprite of Zeromus. It is... I have no idea. Double Bacchus. Does... I do not have a soap web. That's slightly problematic, but not a huge deal. So I think we're just going to do this. That's a lot of damage. Okay. But that does answer the question. Fusoya's not going to be able to survive a Big Bang. The fact that we're having trouble getting animations in between all of our Cecil attacks is good. Again, this is why we have everything lined up the way we do. So we have Rosa Cure 4. Sid's doing an unnecessary Cure 2 on Rosa. Black Hole nullifies magic. I can't remember if that affects Berserk or not. It does not. Okay. It affects Wall, I know. But I think they consider Berserk a negative status effect, which it's not in this game. Basically just waiting to see if he is... Oh, it is. Okay. Did nullify the Berserk. Bacchus Wines. Get ready for the next Cure 4. Big Bang's scary, but it should be okay as long as we keep healing. Okay. There we go. like I said, from pretty much the beginning, if you find the right equipment for Cecil, Cecil wins. Like, you don't really need any. We didn't need Sid. We didn't need Fusoya. Two Cecils with Excaliburs or Crystal Swords and a Rosa, you're good. Technically, the Edge would have been faster than, or because he would have helped Sid, or could have replaced Sid or Fusoya. The second Roses could have been good, but because of the order I did my grind, I didn't really have an opportunity to. Again, if I had done Dwarf Castle before the moon and followed that to Baron Castle, that might have been fine. I wouldn't have gotten everybody. I would have just gotten the Ed. Or no, I would have gotten a Rosa. Would have replaced Tella. It would have been fine. But I didn't. And we still made short work of Zeromus, all things considered. He got a couple big bangs off, but that was a pretty clean fight overall. Okay, let's see what our final time was. I think we're sitting at about 150, which I think is my best time thus far. Besides possibly my super awesome run that I had that was just the seed being awesome. I felt like this one was played a lot cleaner overall, especially considering how much we did. That other one, we didn't end up going to the moon at all, and this one still ended up a really good time. But we also had a good party. Just under 2 hours. Perfect. My general goal for these is getting under 2 hours. So, at this point, based on how my general runs have been going. If I get under 2 hours, I consider that to be pretty... especially if I don't have, like, stupid luck. So yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap here. Hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one.